out of Ohio. Kevin, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Yep. So I was going to comment on my super chat from like 2 weeks ago,
Calvin,
but
not Kevin. Kevin, are
yeah,
you
yeah,
the
yeah.
same person that be recording the shows and then you put it up on your site and act like we had that I knew you were recording?
I don't record,
Oh, okay. But you do what?
but I do what?
Oh, okay. Go ahead. I want to make sure you're the same person. There's a guy from Ohio. He'd be calling into my show, and he'd be recording it, and then he put it up on the site, and he pretended like he wanted to debate, like I knew we were debating. What the? But anyway, go ahead, buddy.
I always let you know if we debate,
Okay, go ahead.
so I always let you know ahead of time.
Okay.
But I was gonna comment on my super chat from 2 weeks ago, but you kind of called me out last week on my super chat last week, so I kind of want to. Yeah. So I'm gonna comment on that one. So just to, well, do you ever think about what you say before you say it?
Do I think about what I say before I say it? Uh,
Yes.
I don't know. That's a good question. I gotta pay attention to see if I think about what I say before I say it.
Like, do you just respond? You don't think about what you say before you say it. You just respond.
I don't know. I got to pay attention to that. So I'm thinking right now. Am I thinking about what I'm saying before I say it? Am I and even in responding to you right now? Am I thinking about my response before I say it? I can't
Something like that.
tell. I'm
All
not
right.
sure.
Well, I could tell.
What do you
But
what do you think?
you don't.
I don't think about what I say
Sometimes you
before.
don't. Sometimes you don't.
And can you give me an example when I didn't think about what I said before I said what I said?
Like when people leave super chats or they ask a question, it's like you give a quick response. You don't really think about what you say before you say it.
Give me an example if you can. You may not be able to think of one. I totally understand that. But can you think of one?
I do. I actually do.
Okay.
But yeah. Like my comment from my last week. There was a caller that called last week, and he had mentioned about believing in Jesus, and then you just quickly said people that believe in Jesus are weak, and
Oh
then
yeah.
I comment on that, but then you like, well, why are you talking if you don't know what you're talking about?
What did you say?
So
What was your comment?
for my super chat.
Uh-huh.
So basically, I had said that I was going to help the caller out. I said that Jesus told Thomas that you've seen me, so you believe. Blessed are those who have not seen me, yet still believe.
I read.
So
Oh.
that's what I said. Like when I helped out the caller, but I was like, you shouldn't really, talk on or speak on something that you don't really understand. And then that's when you were like, then why are you talking?
So how
So
were
I was
you
like,
helping the caller?
because you had asked him how do you believe in Jesus and things like that, and he got like tongue tied, confused, and he was like, oh, I don't know, I gotta actually think about that. And then that's when you was like, people that believe in Jesus are weak.
Right. Who do you think believe in Jesus? The one that believe him after they see him, or the ones that believe him before seeing him, and they have not seen him? Who do you think are the true believers?
Both. I mean, you can't really ask who are the true believers. That's like asking, was Peter a true believer because he saw him, he was with him every day, or then saying the millions of people around the world today that believe in Jesus, are they the true believers? Or the people, the millions, thousands, I can't say thousands, millions, but thousands of, the early Christians that were getting murdered by the Romans because of their belief. You can't really say if they were the true believers or not. But you can't just say or tell people that believe in Jesus are weak.
But they
You can't
are.
say
If
that.
you believe in Jesus, you're weak. That's why you don't have perfect peace because you believe.
I don't think you would have wanted Peter to hear you say that.
Why not? Where's Peter now?
Peter probably would have beat you down.
But why? Peter not black. He wouldn't be fighting just because you disagree with him.
Did Peter not cut off the man's ear that tried to touch Jesus?
But he wasn't black. They were trying to touch Jesus. They weren't. It
Don't
wasn't
matter if
another
it's
person
color.
disagreeing with him.
Doesn't matter if it's color. You would not talking bad about Jesus around Peter. And for you to say that,
And remember,
tell
Jesus
people-
told Peter, "Leave that man ear alone, man. What the?"
yeah, but at the same time, try to say something bad about Jesus or even try to touch Jesus around Peter.
But Jesus didn't agree with Peter acting that way.
Yeah, I know. But at the same time, by you saying that, that's why I was like making the comment. You don't let Peter hear you saying that.
Oh, I see. And so,
but my thing,
so
my thing
who
is
is
like
the one that? Who is the true believer? The ones that believe before seeing him, or the one that believe after seeing him?
that's what can I say about that? That's not really. It's not a good question to ask, honestly.
Why not? Jesus asked that same question. You just quoted it.
Yeah, I'm saying like, yeah, because Thomas didn't want to believe.
What was the quote again?
Jesus told Thomas, "You've seen me, so you believe." But then he said, "Blessed are those who have not seen me and still believe."
I rest my case. Which one you think is blessed? The Peter who saw him and believed, or the one that believed before seeing him? Which one is blessed?
He blessed those that have not seen him, but yet still believe him. But yet
Peter saw him. He wasn't blessed.
But he was still a true believer.
No, he wasn't. If he had been a true believer, he would have been blessed.
The thing about it is, you can't say people that believe in Jesus are weak, man.
But they are weak.
That's not right.
Why not?
Because that one statement is very demonic. You can't be saying that.
Which one truly believe? The ones that know him, or the ones that believe about him?
It feel like you kind of twisting that second part of saying believe about him.
Who is blessed?
Or believe in him?
Who is blessed? The ones that know him, or the ones that believe about him?
By just going by my quote, he blessed those that believed in him, even though they didn't see him yet.
And so, why would you think a person that believes is not weak then? Because they're just believing; they don't know him, and believe about him is just an idea about him, and all ideas about him are wrong.
Let me ask. Ask. All right. So, by you saying that people that believe in Jesus are weak,
right?
Would you say that to Jesus?
Would I say it to Jesus?
And please do not say you don't know.
I don't know what I would say to Jesus. How would I? I can't answer that question.
You can't say you don't know because you wouldn't be there. You would have to be there. Don't say that.
But why not?
Would you? Because that's a cop out.
How's that a cop out?
Because you just escaping the question. It's just a yes or no.
But how can I know that and not happening? I'm not with him.
Because you tell people now that believing in Jesus are weak.
Why do you say they're not weak?
Because all through the Bible, when it talks about believing in Jesus, it's really one of the main topics. So you can't say that people are weak that
Why
believe
not?
in Jesus.
Why not?
All right, so everybody and their mama growing up.
And if you're white, everybody and their mama.
I was gonna say that, but I ain't gonna do it. So everybody growing up, even you, has probably heard like one of the most famous Bible quotes, and that's John 3:16. I'm pretty sure everybody heard that growing up.
And what's that?
So, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, And the most important part is, for whosoever believeth in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life. But then we have Jesse Lee Peterson that's going to tell you that believing in Jesus is weak.
Right.
So you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, because those who believe in him don't know him. They're still lost. They're still miserable. They still cry at night. Those who know him are free. They have perfect peace.
But can't you
And
also
he
say that
even
people that believe
said,
in Jesus
he
know him
even
also?
said that my children will know me. They will know
By
my
my voice.
voice. By my voice, right? People that believe in Jesus don't recognize Jesus' voice if he smacked them in the face.
I don't think you can really make that statement, honestly.
If you believed, so do you believe in Jesus or do you know him?
I feel like those are kind of like the same question, though. Those kind of go hand in hand.
So do you believe in Jesus or do you know him?
You can honestly say both. You can honestly say that you believe in. All right, let me switch that word around. I can honestly say that I believe in Jesus, but I also can say that I know him because, for example, me believing in him will also go hand in hand with me saying I know him because he walks with me every day. He, orders my path,
He
things
what?
like that. So he puts out my path.
What does that
He
mean?
orders my steps. Like I can also say this about everybody. I can, be able to go through life, go through every day, knowing that believing in Jesus, he will, have my path. He will,
What does
order
that
my
mean?
path. He will
But
have
first,
my
let me
steps. He
ask
will
you,
order
then
my
I want to
steps.
ask you about ordering your path. Why were you swayed by me saying that people who believe in Jesus are weak?
Because it's like you say, that's why at the beginning I said, do you think about the things that you say before you say it? So it's like
Why were you swayed by that?
certain statements that you make is not right. It's just not right. And if nobody's going to say something about it, I'm definitely going to say something about it. Cause,
but if they were not weak, why would they react to me saying that?
It's not about them being weak or not and reacting to it. It's just like you make a statement that's not right or wrong. That's wrong, and
do weak
someone speaking up
people
about it.
do weak people react or don't react? How would weak people handle that? Would they react or not?
How would weak people react
Yeah,
to that?
whether the statement was true or false. Let's say the statement was false.
I'm not going to say weak people.
Would a believer react or not if the statement was false?
A believer would make a statement about it. They would correct you.
Would they react?
They won't react in emotion, but they will correct you in the statement.
But if they were strong, why would they need to correct me in it?
If you're going around and you're preaching something opposite of Jesus, you're saying that no one has the right to correct you.
I didn't say they didn't. I asked why would they?
Why would they correct you?
Yeah. If they were not weak.
Because the right thing to do. If they were weak, they probably would sit there. Oh, okay. All right. I understand what you're saying. That's about right. Oh.
So let me
okay.
ask, because of time, you said that Jesus ordered your path or something like that, or your steps?
Order your steps.
And does Jesus order your steps?
Yes.
And how does Jesus order your steps?
Because I'm gonna say something that you probably I don't know if you will, but you probably will believe it. You probably will, agree with it. But when you have that relationship with God, with Jesus, you would want for Jesus to make your path, not you making this path alone without, Jesus. He will make your path. He will, say what you have in your future, what he wants for you in your life. So
And
like,
so, how does Jesus order your Calvin? How does Jesus order your path?
I'm not going to go through life or every day without having Jesus make my path for me and not me doing the opposite, not me doing the other way around.
And how is He doing it for you?
How can I make an example? How can I make an example? Ordering my steps. So I kind of just explained it. So just basically going through life, and He, makes your path. His will for you. You going through life by His will for your life instead of you making your own decisions without God.
And so, how does Jesus order your path?
I answered it, man. I answered it the best way I can. I actually
but you
thought
didn't tell
about
me
it. I actually
how
thought
He
about
did
my
it.
response. I can't really give you the best response because this more of like a quick thing. But
And
I
so,
actually
how do
did
you
think
know
about it
He's
real quick.
ordering your path then if you can't tell me how?
I did tell you how. I just didn't give you the most extravagant answer.
But you're not giving me an answer, period.
Oh, I didn't just explain
Have you
it
heard
like the
that
past
song
5-10
about?
seconds.
Have you heard that song about if you put your trust in Jesus, He will order your path?
Yeah. Say
If
it.
you just put your
Well,
trust
no, I haven't heard the song,
in
but I
the
understand what you're saying.
Lord, He will order your path. How does Jesus order your path, Calvin?
Oh man, really? You gonna sing and then ask me the same question? All right. How can I explain it the best way I can for me? All I can really say is how He does that is I have faith that He will make a path for me in my life. I have faith that things that are going on in my life or what is going to happen in my life, I have faith that He will be able to direct it. Don't ask the question again.
How does Jesus order your path, Calvin?
Come on, man. Really?
Yeah. You said He ordered your path and you are a believer, but
I literally just answered it.
you being a believer, you can't tell me how He ordered your path, and yet you
I
said He
just
does.
answered it.
So
I just answered
how
it.
does He order
You
your
don't want
path?
to. You don't want to listen to it.
How does He order your path?